Oh, yeah. If you from the city of H-Town, you know what this is. Yes, sir. Welcome in, H-Town. You are tuned in to The Solid Grip. I am your host, J.R. Wilson, and this is my co-host, Ping Wilson, and we are coming to you live at 5, no time for jive. So relax your rear and allow us to soothe your ear. So, we gonna get straight into this thing. We ain't gonna play with it. We gonna stay with it. What's going on, Pop? How you doing?
What's up, Rich?
Oh man, ain't nothing to it but to do it, Pop. So look, man, let's jump straight off into it, man. So obviously this coronavirus thing has like taken over the world, man. I mean, it is a pandemic, it's an epidemic, it's something that we've never had to deal with. I'm sure there are similar things in our lives that we've dealt with, but I don't know if any of them have added up or sized up to the magnitude of this coronavirus. And it's affected many people. As a matter of fact, they are projecting for 100,000 people to die in the United States. And man, when you think about that, that's scary, man. But it's real. It's real. It's spreading like wildfire. So people out there, be safe. You know, use your mask if you got to. Use your hand sanitizer. Don't scratch your eyes. And be careful out there. But speaking of the coronavirus, Pop, you mentioned that there are some things that you might have dealt with in your life that might be close to this, but I don't know if it is. And so we're going to talk about 5 things that maybe come close to this epidemic or pandemic that we're dealing with. And so we're going to go on and lay them out right now for you. So what's your 5, Pop? Tell me.
Well, Rich, I want to start with 1961. I was in the 3rd grade, and it was a very, very cloudy day. I mean, very cloudy, and it was raining. And back then, the communication weren't very good.
Right.
There was probably maybe one telephone at the school. So the principal got a call, and they said there was going to be a tornado coming through Jonesboro, my hometown, and that for the teachers to tell the kids to lay down on the floor.
Yeah.
Lay down on the floor, be quiet, don't say anything until everything was over. Well, it lasted about 30 minutes, Rich. It was the most horrifying thing that I'd ever happened to me. I was, like I said, I was 3rd grade, about 8 years old.
It's crazy you remember that.
And when everything cleared up, and they let us go home that afternoon for school, my mom picked me up and she said, I got some bad news for you. And I'm like, oh, wow. She said, yeah. I said, it came through Hodge, which is a part of Jonesboro, Hodge. Your grandmother's okay, but your friend, and Mario Cage, lost both of his parents. It came down one street, it hit 6 houses.
Man.
And the other people were okay. I had another friend named Andre Spivey, hit his grandmother's house. She was in there, she was fine. But Mario Cage, my teammate in high school, my teammate in college at Northwestern State, and also my frat brother, his parents were killed.
Man.
I move on, Rich, to when I got to Houston, I moved to Houston, and it was Hurricane Ike.
Yeah.
Hurricane Ike came right after.
I think it was Rita or Katrina, one of them.
Yeah.
Hurricanes.
Yeah, I remember that. We went to Jonesboro, went back to Jonesboro. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
But what was a 5-hour drive took 17 hours.
Oh, because of all the traffic.
All the traffic. And I guess the thing that got me was once we got deep into Louisiana, I knew some back roads. I knew some dirt roads. And I veered off one of these dirt roads. And, man, you should have seen the traffic behind me, man. Because actually traffic was going just one way.
Right. Oh, yeah. Like, that's what they do when they
one lane of
evacuate.
traffic. People could not travel east. They had to travel west.
Right.
Okay? And so I said, oh, hey, I know this road. I'm going to veer off on it. And I veered off on it. And look, man, you would have thought I was the state police, man. Cars were following me. And we finally made it to Jonesboro. We were there for about 3 days. I guess the next one would have been Rita.
Yeah.
Hurricane Rita. We went to Dallas. We stayed up there. And I remember it. We were coming back home. And the people said, "Where you headed?" And we would stop to get some gas, and they said, "We're headed to Houston." So ain't no food in Houston. We said, "Let's go back to Dallas." So we went back to Dallas, and of course, Hurricane Harvey that hit here, I guess, about 3 years ago. But nothing, Rich, has been like this coronavirus.
Yeah, man, I got 5 things I want to share too. I don't know if they're going to add up to what we're dealing with right now, because what we're dealing right now is nothing that we can control. But my 5 things are in no particular order. But, you know, if y'all don't know, before, you know, I came into the Lord, who I am now, you know, I got myself in a bit of a trouble. I was living a lifestyle contrary to what was right. So there was a particular gunfight that I may or may not have been involved in. And I ain't never been so scared in my life. It was bullets flying everywhere. And we was sitting behind this white Blazer. And I just knew in my mind, I said, man, one of these bullets gonna ricochet off the ground and it's gonna hit me in my neck, and my neck gonna be leaking, and I'm gonna be out of there. You know, thank you, Lord, I came out unscathed. I mean, not bruised or nicked or anything like that. That was life-threatening. Also, when I was about 17, I was arrested. Unfortunately, I was arrested by the police, and at the time I was 17. You know, I was smoking a little marijuana, and the police pulled me over. The car, I mean, it smelled, you know, it was engulfed with weed smoke, and I knew I ain't have no weed on me, because we had smoked it already. You know, the car just smelled like that. And so, you know, of course, they had reason to search the car, probable cause, and so they searched the car, and they, you know, that when they search in the car, they pull you out the car, you know, cuff
Right.
you, put you on the curb or whatever, and so they search in the car, and they come back out, and I had my cousin with me. I won't mention his name, but I had him with me, and they came out and say, "Hey, sir, you can go home, but you, Mr. Wilson, that's me, you ain't going nowhere for a long time." And man, I was scared to death, and I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about?" And he was like, "Well, we found some pills in your car, some hydrocodone pills." Okay, and everybody knows hydrocodone pills are basically like the generic Vicodin or whatever. Most people get them when you leave the dentist's office, but they weren't my pills. They belonged to one of my friends.
Wow.
But he wasn't there to vouch for that. So I got possession of controlled substances. 17 years old, trial as an adult, and that's a state jail felony.
Wow.
And it's still on my record today. The third thing was, unfortunately, another unfortunate set of events. I was in Milam County in Texas, man, a little small town called Cameron, Texas. And again, me and my cousin, I won't name his name, but it's the same individual that got caught in the car with me, man. I mean, we smoking up a storm, man. And I'm in that Cavalier, and it's glass house, so ain't none of the windows tinted. You could just see right in there. We was headed up to Waco, and police pulled us over. I stuffed the weed like off in the dashboard, and they brought the canines out the car, and they was hitting the car. Now, they never found nothing, but when they came to the car, they said almost the same exact words verbatim. "Hey, sir, you get to go home, but Mr. Wilson, it's gonna be a long time for you," because I had a blue warrant out for my arrest, man.
Wow.
And so they ended up taking me to jail in Milam County, okay? And when I tell you the jail ain't no bigger than your bathroom in your house right now, that's how it was. Third thing, and I'll rapid fire these, Hurricane Harvey, I would have to agree with my pop. That was devastating down in Houston. My Houstonians know, and those who just, you know, pay attention to the news, you know, we dealt with a lot down there. I mean, Houston turned into one big lake, and it was horrible. But the last thing was, my wife and I experienced 2 miscarriages in 1 year.
Wow.
You know, and that might not have threatened my life, but life was taken, life was gone.
Right.
And the effect is what I'm, you know, relative to what we're speaking on, is what, you know, I'm comparing or paralleling with the coronavirus. But I still, even with all those things I named, and even the things I heard you name, aside from a tornado, that's pretty scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Rich, let me just add one thing too, man. Right now, the epicenter for the coronavirus is New York, but just a shout out to my home state of Louisiana. Those people are getting hit hard in New Orleans. One of my Uber customers, a guy named Dalen Winfield, met and we talked, and he lives in Letcher. As a matter of fact, he has a young brother named Dwayne Winfield who's going to be a great star one day in the National Football League. He's only a sophomore. Just a shout out to all those people, man. You guys be safe. Just know that we're thinking about you and praying for you.
Yeah, man. They closed Louisiana down. You can't travel to, through, or back here from Louisiana right now. But, you know, they trying to corral this thing, encapsulate this thing so that, you know, we can really flatten things out and get people healed. You know, it's a few people that was cleared of the coronavirus that contracted it. So we trying to, you know, get this pandemic to shut down so we can all go back to business as usual. So I want to talk about something controversial, Pop.
Okay.
Now, I'm your son. You my father. I'm 34. You're 66.
66.
Okay? I was born in 1985. You was born in 1953, right?
1953, correct.
Okay, so who's better? Who's the better fighter? Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali?
And Rich, I'm gonna make this real quick. I grew up hating Muhammad Ali. One of the few people probably on this earth. And the reason I was because this guy bragged all the time. I mean, hey, he would finish a fight and he said, "Oh, I'm still pretty." He'd have his comb, he'd be combing his hair. I had a bruise on my face. But not only do I learn to like him, I learned to love him. And as much as I enjoyed watching Mike Tyson fight, I used to just marvel at the fact that he'd come in there, man, with that look, sometimes a towel or a cut off sweatshirt and some black boots. You know, Ali, he wore tassels on his boots, white boots and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
He was a fashion guy.
Right.
But Mike Tyson was a man that coming with his hard hat, coming to work.
Right.
But he could not handle Muhammad Ali, Rich.
You know what?
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah.
Now, if he could have ever put his hands on him, I really compare Mike Tyson to a Joe Frazier.
Okay. That's
and
fair.
Joe Frazier beat Ali when Ali was on the downside of his career. But they both in their prime, Rich. Hey, listen, let me tell you, man. The shot he hit Sonny Liston with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
People don't believe he hit Sonny. He hit Sonny Liston.
Yeah.
He was just that
That's
quick.
how fast. Yeah. That's how fast it came.
Now, if Tyson could have got some gloves on him,
Yeah.
he could have hurt him.
Now hold on. Now
Couldn't get no gloves on him, Rich.
in Tyson's defense, now Tyson is quick.
He was quick.
He's quick right now.
He's quick
I don't
right
know,
now.
I don't know if you've seen any recent videos on this cat, but this cat is almost 60 years old, and I am afraid of this guy. This guy had this video where he was just chopping these uppercuts, chop, 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 chop. And they was coming so fast, man. And so imagine how they was coming when he was 20 years old.
Totally agree with you, Rich. But you know, Ali was not a powerful fighter.
Yeah.
You know, like he was talking about Brady being a nicker. That's what he was.
Yeah.
He cut you all up, man.
Yeah.
When the fight's over and stuff, usually he won his by TKOs. The fights had to end because the guy couldn't see because he had blood all over his face. You know, he didn't have a lot of knockdowns.
Yeah.
And at the close of his career, when he fought George Foreman, and George Foreman was in his prime,
Yeah.
it was a tactical fight. It was a scientific fight. He knew he could knock George Foreman out.
Houston native, by the way, George
Houston
Foreman.
native, Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
But what he did was he knew George Foreman had never gone 8 or 9 or 10 rounds.
Right.
And
But man, he took a beating.
He got on that rope.
Yeah.
And just let George punch himself out. And then in the 8th round, he took him out.
Yeah, I've seen that fight. Obviously, I didn't see it live. I was born in 1985, but I've seen that fight several times, and it's still unbelievable when I watch it. But man, when I watch Mike Tyson, man, this guy is a monster. He is a beast. He's fast. He's quick. His defensive game is immaculate. I'm talking about, there's so many fights, so many knockouts that he had. They were counter punches. because somebody had swung at him. He ducked it and then came back with the back up, and knocked him out. But even with me being 34, I do not think Mike Tyson could have whooped Ali, man. When I watch Ali, man, his punches are so quick, and he's 6'4", his arms are about 8 feet, his wingspan. I just don't know. Put it to you like this. You said that Tyson was like Joe Frazier. Well, if Tyson gets inside of Ali, then Tyson has a good chance. But man, if Absolutely. They just, I would not put my money on Tyson. As much as I love Mike Tyson, I wouldn't put my money on him. So
quick story on Tyson. So when he was getting ready to fight Mike Spinks, he got out the car with his wife, and she said, "Baby, you didn't turn the lights off." He said, "We're not gonna be in there very long." Yeah. And he wasn't about one round.
Yeah. He wasn't lying, man. He wasn't. Matter of fact, it's crazy you said that because Joe Frazier's son, I think his name was, I don't want to mess his first name up, but Joe Frazier's son ended up fighting Tyson. Mm-hmm. And I want to believe
Marvis, I think that was his name.
Yeah, that was it. And man, Tyson knocked him out, man, in like 8 or 9 seconds. Didn't take long at all, So, but yeah, man. So that was. I know that my millennials or individuals who were born in my time thinks that I should have gone on the side of Tyson. But look, it is what it is. Ali, I don't know if Mike Tyson can hold his jock, but Ali is who I will put my money on. So here's the thing, Pop. I'm confused. I know that this pandemic has taken over. Everybody has suspended their services as far as sports are concerned, because this is a sports show, so that is what we primarily talk about. Everybody, the NBA, the NHL, the MLB, but for some strange reason, the NFL said, despite all that, we're going to keep things going. So Roger Goodell has shut down all the facilities, yet he said we still going to have the NFL draft. How on earth is this going to work?
I'm going to tell you what's going on, Rich. Roger Goodell has gotten ahead of the curve. Number one, he's a smart man and a smart commissioner. But he's vowed to those owners, we're not going to lose a whole lot of money. Okay. The NBA, they weren't ready for this. We don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Major League Baseball, they wasn't ready for this. We don't know what's going to happen. But Goodell is getting ahead of the curve. Now, he will do something off the chain for the NFL draft. We don't know exactly what it's going to be.
Right.
But trust me, it'll be where the sponsors will love it. The fans will love it. No, you won't have the fans there like they wanted to, like it's going to be in Vegas this year, but the production of it will be first class. Now, I'm going to add something to that, Rich. There's a rumor out there that the season will go on, that they're going to take all 32 NFL teams to a couple locations. They're going to house them like college kids, like they're in the dome.
Yeah. They're
going to build temporary stadiums,
right?
Okay, for them to play in.
Wow.
If the NC2A does not have college football, they're going to play on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Okay? In this empty arenas that they're going to build, something similar to how they're building the coronavirus hospitals and stuff. We'll still be able to see it with your favorite team. You can still cheer for them from a distance.
Yeah.
And the NFL will go on. We'll have a Super Bowl this year and the whole 9 yards.
I said the last time we talked, I said there's no way on God's green earth that the NFL will stop the show. It won't stop. It's not going to stop. They're going to figure out a way. And honestly, as much as we've been deprived over the last couple of weeks of sports, I wouldn't care if they played in a Pee Wee League football field, man. I just want to see the game. I love the game. I want to see the game. And I know that, and I alluded to this in the last episode, that what they'll have is like some fly colored duct tape that's 6 feet apart from one another, right? It won't be the traditional and conventional hug, with Roger Goodell when you get your jersey held up and stuff like that. It's going to be very unorthodox, very unconventional, but it's going to work.
Listen, Rich, the players won't even be there. The players won't even be there. We'll be able to see the players from their hometowns. they'll have TVs set up, especially for the first round, guys. Now I don't know about, excuse me, I'm good, guys. I ain't got a check, but I'm good. Especially for the first rounders.
Yeah.
They'll have a TV camera set up at their particular home. Once their name's called or something, they'll go into the homes and stuff, and you know, the commissioner will say some words and stuff, maybe do a fist pump at them or whatever and stuff. Oh, the production's gonna be off the chain. Trust me, Roger Goodell got them Harvard and Yale grads working on that right now.
Yeah.
How we gonna do this?
Yeah.
Trust me, it'll be first class.
I tell you what, Pop. Not only is it gonna be first class, they are going to have the highest TV rating for the NFL draft they've ever had since the draft began.
No doubt, Rich. People are so hungry for something on sports besides the 1982 Final Four and the 1954 NFL championship game.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm burnt out on that, and most people are. Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited, and I know, man, this coronavirus is very serious. But when you've been deprived of something that you love, something that you watch on a regular, think about it. The baseball season is supposed to be in full swing right now. The Stros are supposed to be playing their first road game right now up in Oakland, okay, against Mike Fiers. Actually, Mike Fiers will pitch tomorrow.
Oh, really?
And here we are. We ain't got no sports going on. I can't even explain the exuberance that I have, man, about wanting to see sports, man. I'm excited. I'm elated. I can't wait to see the draft. I can't wait to see how they have it set up. I'm sure it's going to be similar to how, you know, right now some of those draftees, they don't come to the draft anyway, and they'll have a TV camera set up. But they probably going to have, man, they're going to have something illustrious set up, man, with guys, or maybe, you know, maybe they rent out a hotel and the guy's still going to walk down the hallway or something like that.
And they'll have a cap from every team.
Yeah.
And whenever your name's called and stuff, they'll have somebody to get you your cap, whether it's the Cleveland Browns or the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Houston Texans.
Not in the first round, Bill O'Brien.
Right.
Yeah, man, that guy, you know, I need a whole episode to talk about my indignation and my disgust for Bill O'Brien. But I'm not going to do that here today. But what I am going to ask you is, Pop, what's really going on with Aaron Judge, man?
What's really going on with Aaron Judge? You talking about somebody want to know? Aaron Judge want to know.
Yeah.
Because he don't know.
He was on, man, his rookie year, he came out, he was on fire. What he hit, what, 50 bombs?
52 bombs.
52 bombs, rookie year.
52 bombs, Rich.
And, man, that stick been quiet, man. I mean, he's been coming on, but, man, that stick been quiet. It ain't no 52 homers.
But not only that, Rich, his body is deserting him. He's been injured for the last, this is the third year in a row. Right now, he's got cracked ribs and don't know how it happened.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I don't even understand. I mean, he's a big guy, though.
Big guy.
He is a big guy.
Big, strong guy.
I never understand. And I know, man, the body does funny things when you're moving funny movements, but I never understood how baseball players, man, get injured so much. We have a guy on our team, the best team in baseball, by the way, the Houston Astros, by the name of George Springer. This guy gets hurt every year, but he plays balls to the wall, man.
You know, Aaron Judge kind of reminds me of your shortstop, Correa.
Yeah, oh,
you know,
yeah.
Big, strong body like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think they say Correa benches 330 pounds and stuff. And so, you know, I mean, those guys, but they just got fragile bodies, man.
Right.
You know, those guys are both talented athletes. I think Correa's, what, about 6'4", 230, something like that?
Yeah, he up there. I don't know if he's 230. He's 6'4". I would say probably about 195.
Oh, Rich is bigger than that.
He's strong. You think so?
I think he's at least close to 250. I think he's closer to 215 than he is to 195.
I would call him.
We're going to have to check.
Correa,
check
step
it
on
for
the
the next show,
scale.
okay?
Yeah, Correa, step on the scale, man, so I can see. Yeah, man, Aaron Judge was a phenom coming out, and I don't know, man. I don't want to say he's tapered off. I don't know what it is. Y'all got so much talent on that team. He was the guy.
He was the guy.
I mean, they had commercials, man, where he was an actual judge, man. They had the black robes and everything, and I don't know if stuff got hyped up too quick for him. I don't know what it was. You know, New York is a different beast, man.
It's a different beast.
When you out there, man, that media, man, they are in your face. They in your business all the time, every day. If you don't come with the right response, man, they will eat you alive.
I think a lot of what happened with Judge, like you said, Rich, I think, you know, he got rushed into this. He's a rookie. they wanted him to be the face of not only the New York Yankees, the face of baseball.
Right.
You know, because he had this big smile. He had a great story behind him, how he was adopted and everything. He had his own section where people would be like they were at the courthouse and stuff.
Right.
Out in right field and stuff. But they wanted him to be the next Derek Jeter. And I just think that all the hype and the pressure that was put on him from, hey, the media capital of the world, New York City, it just began to get to him. And I think, again, as his body began to desert him, man, he's still a young man. I think he's only about 27, 28 years old. But I'm going to tell you, Rich, the press up there, they've been lenient with him.
Yeah.
But if he don't come through this year and get the Yankees a world championship, or at least in the World Series this year or next year, hey, they're going to start to come down on him.
Well, time will definitely see, Pop, and that rival is yet to be seen again and again. A gift that keeps on giving between the Astros and the Yankees, and we will see if we end up having a baseball season this year. But look, we thank y'all for tuning in with us. Me and my father coming to you live at 5, no time for jive. You are tuned in to The Solid Grip. Look, don't play with it, stay with it. Y'all take care.
Oh, that was great, man.
Oh, yeah.